Hey guys, Mike back with another video, and this evening I've been out here in the shop doing some custom pinfish traps for a guy out in, I think it's out in Georgia, and I realized I wanted to, I don't ever make videos of any of the custom stuff we build, so I kind of want to put that on camera for you guys. Really it's just a different video. It's not for any particular reason. Just want to show you guys something we've been making. It is a cloverleaf style trap, and I'm going to walk through that in a second, I do quite a bit of custom work when people call up and want something specific. I just never take photos of it, never take videos of it. So that's really all this is about. Nothing fancy, just want to share something I made with you guys. Now, as far as videos, sorry I hadn't posted in a little while. I actually sold my kayak to a guy. He's actually a subscriber here on the channel, which is super cool. I don't know if he subscribed before or after he bought the kayak, but either way, it's kind of cool to meet him and actually, sell him the kayak, and I know it'll be in good hands. He's already sent me some pictures of fish he's caught in it, so that's awesome. But anyhow, so I don't have a kayak at the moment. I guess I could go fishing in the boat, but I really just hadn't been fishing. So if you are on this channel and you're watching it because you kayak bass fishing, drop a comment below. There's the two kayaks I'm currently considering are the Blue Sky Boatworks and then the Old Town Autopilot. I would say right now I'm like 60-40 for the Old Town Autopilot just because of the built-in trolling motor. But if you guys have experience with those, I know it's not really related to the content of video, but please drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on that, and maybe I'll make a video on that eventually as well, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna flip this camera around. I want to show you guys these traps and just kind of get your feedback on it. Let me know what you think. Again, it's a very different video. Maybe you guys will get some information or get something from these traps that you want to implement on your own trap. So here we go. All right, now I will apologize too. I'm always out here by myself when I'm filming, and I never have somebody to hold it where I can just walk through it and show you. But anyway, this is a cloverleaf style trap. Now, this is very, very, very different. I know it looks like a cloverleaf. It just looks like a basic cloverleaf. It's very different from what I'm normally building. I'll explain. First off, this material that it's made out of, this is 16 gauge 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch wire. It is very, very premium wire. It's not cheap to purchase. The guy who bought these, I think I built 6 of them for him, but the guy who bought these, he bought 2 of my heavy duty traps, and then he requested something specific here. So the heavy duty traps have 1/2 inch by 1 inch mesh. This is 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. It's 16 gauge. This is about the most difficult wire you could ever build a trap out of. You have to use a wire bender. It's very, very difficult. It's very rigid. It's not malleable at all. So it was tough to build a trap out of. Let me show you this too, as compared to the other. And I'm sorry, I'll edit this little part out. All right, so just to give you some feedback, or just some showing you, this is the wire that trap that I just showed you is made out of. Now, if I were to bend this is, I can't bend it with my hand. It's very hard to bend. 16 gauge 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. This is a normal chicken wire kind of hardware cloth that you would see a lot of traps built out of. I build traps out of this stuff too, and it works great. It just don't last as long as this stuff would. Now you can see this is much easier to bend, right? This stuff, super, super rigid. It is not malleable at all. So, but back to the trap. So let me show you this. I'm gonna actually pull the camera out a little bit so I can see it better. I hope that helps a little bit. But what this trap is, it is a cloverleaf style trap. But let's just talk about the bait box in the middle. Now, this guy wants this for pinfish. Now, I know it's not PVC coated. He's fully aware that, those black PVC coated ones, they do last longer in salt water. But he's going to take care of these, going to spray them off every time he uses them, and so on. But if you look here, this is a 6-inch bait box. This is a giant bait box in this trap. Now, what he wanted to do was to be able just to open this thing up, and I'll do it with one hand here, and throw his bait in there. He wants to use fish carcasses, just things that are easily, you can toss down. I can fit my whole hand down in there very easy. So he wants to throw his dead fish carcass, all that in there, close this thing up, and then start catching his bait. So that's one thing he's done differently. The second thing is, normally with the clover trap, you have 1 entry point per side, and you make them at 1 inch by 3 inches, usually approximately 1 inch by 3 inches, legal almost everywhere. Some states have you have to have it 2.5 inches by 0.75, and that's the case here. He wanted his 0.75 inches wide. Now you can't see that very well, but here's 1 entry point, so it's 3/4 inches wide and it's 2.5 inches tall, and he wanted 3 of them per side. So there's 3 entry points on this side. We'll do it that way. 3 entry points on that side. There's 3 on each side of the trap, so he has a total of 12 entry points. Now, what that's going to allow this trap to do is, number one, you have a chum box in the middle now, and you have 12 entry points where those fish can go in. Maybe you can see that one back there as well, pretty good too. But what that's going to allow is fish to go in this trap very, very, very quickly. He's going to catch a lot of fish very quick. The disadvantage of doing it this way is that you will lose some fish especially if you just pick the trap up and look at it. So anytime, this is a pro tip for anybody wanting to start trapping their own bait. If you've never done it before, you can catch fish almost in any kind of style trap. If you pick that trap up though, just to see what you caught and throw it back in the water, those fish are going to find their way out. At least some of them will. And so in this case, because he has 3 entry points on each side, 12 total, he does run the risk of losing fish. However, if you throw it in the water, you bait it, and then you pick it up and just collect all the fish or dump the fish out, you're going to keep most of the fish that get in there. You're going to not lose very many doing it that way. So that's kind of the pro tip there. Don't ever just check your trap. I hope my camera's still rolling there. Don't ever just check your trap for the sake of checking it. Always remove the fish or you're going to lose them. So I hope that helps. But yeah, this is pretty much the trap. Now, I'm not going to stand on his traps, but this wire, I have a trap that I've made over here in the back corner out of this same stuff. I can stand on top of it. I'm 220-ish pounds, and I can stand on this sucker. So this trap is going to last years and years and years if it's taken care of. It supports my weight, and I'm not a super light guy by any means, but super heavy duty trap. It has aluminum rings on it, so it's not going to rust easily. Now, saltwater could. Now, another thing about this wire I didn't mention is that these, and I don't know if you can see it very well, this is like cage quality wire as well. And so these are galvanized after welding. So it's all welded together. The wire is all assembled, welded. Then they galvanize it afterward. And what that does is it protects the weld. So when you do use it in the outdoors and use it, you know, in for example, like saltwater scenarios, you're not going to tear your trap up. It's not going to fall apart. A lot of the wire that you can buy in stores is galvanized before weld. Which means that they coat it, they galvanize it, and then they weld it. And so those welds where the wires are met together, it won't be protected. This is protected. So this is a really high quality trap. I know I'm partial because I built it, but I would bet there's not a lot of traps like this quality in America. You just can't find this kind of wire easily. It's very expensive and very durable. So anyway, I'm gonna flip this camera around and close this out. I can't think of anything else. If you guys have watched my videos, you've seen a cloverleaf trap before. This is just big bait box, 12 entry points, different kind of wire. So let me close it out and finish it out. All right, guys, so that's it. Nothing, like I said, nothing fancy today. Just wanted to put out a little content, show you guys what I've been up to. Just working hard out in the shop. Have my real job during the day, and then at night I've been out here busting my tail trying to get orders filled. My buddy Drew, who's been helping me build the traps, actually has been in Alaska fishing for like about a week and a half or so. So he hasn't been out here to help me, but man, I'll be glad when he gets back out here and I can get done a little earlier in the night. But anyhow, I'm rambling at this point. I do that a lot on video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Again, nothing fancy, just wanted to show you something. If you have questions about it, be sure to drop a comment below. And thank you guys for watching. I sincerely appreciate all you guys who subscribe to this tiny channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night, wonderful day, wonderful morning, whenever you're watching it. God bless you all, and we'll talk to you soon. See you in the next one.